Hello everybody and welcome back to the Consortium Broadcasting Channel. You've got a couple of light tank replays for you today, and the first one stars HAPCDave in the Tier 8 American light tank, the T-49. The T-49 is unique among light tanks that it packs a really big gun in the form of a 152mm gun. The main ammunition is high explosive that has 76 penetration and 910 average damage. It also gets heat, which doubles the pen roughly for slightly less damage, as well as a premium high explosive shell that gets slightly more pen than the regular high explosive, and I think a better splash radius. But high explosive or not, it's not going to damage that leopard as long as he stays behind destructible cover. A normal AP round will go through that, but boom! Oh yeah, there's a shot. And you can even pen that Object 140, but that's the power of a large caliber high explosive shell. Sorry, it's the 9.14 client. I have to turn my sound down a little bit. But anyway, it is balanced by a horrible aim time, as you saw there, bad accuracy, and a long reload time. So Dave is using that reload time to poke around, see if anything's coming this way. As the team's deployment means that almost no one, except for Dave in this M103, as well as the ill-fated 1390 went middle, and everyone else either camped base or went to the west. So Dave's gonna have to watch his back here, because something could be sneaking up that eastern road there. But he's got more pressing issues, as the enemy T-49 is angling for a shot on our M103, our stock M103. Now, Dave is platooned up with Hans Google-Meinhofen, one of my favorite names to say, as Dave is spotted. And Hans is in his Tier 9, one of the, well, a Tier 9 medium tank. Nope, can't hit that shot. Hans is in the M46 Patton, which I spotlighted earlier on this channel. But we're not going to see a lot of him, as he is on the 1-2 line. But anyway, Dave here is looking for sneaky ways to use this big 152mm gun. He's joined by a friend, neither can he. Oh, there's the enemy T-49. And he doesn't appear to have the howitzer. So Dave promptly makes him pay for that. 820 some damage. 823, I think. And there's Dave's first kill. He's over 1,000 damage already. Even though you can't see it, I don't have any mods that show anything. I'll look into that, but just over 1,200 damage right now if you've been paying attention. And it would be really nice if this leopard would give us his side, because C-49s love shooting leopards. But alas, it's not to be in our M103 is taking a pounding, but they've snuck an IS-7 up that eastern road, and Dave is being very cautious, because an IS-7 is not something you want shooting at you. Scores are 3-2. We just lost Hans, unfortunately. There's still no shot on the leopard. Enemy 1390 is sitting there unloading. The Object 140. Auto aim. Aim a little bit, but it still misses. There's a horrible accuracy of this gun. This really is a hit or miss tank. When it hits, it's fantastic. Oh, enemy leopard 1. He's making a yellow rush for the 1390. I've got him. Oh, or not. He's stuck. Thanks to the physics, he was able to climb up that little rubble, and now he's completely stuck, which will allow Dave to reload and finish him off for his second kill. Oh, that was funny. Watching Leopard 1 drivers with the new physics. Yeah. There's the IS-7. Dave is loaded, and he now has a shot at him. Yeah, holds his shot, and the waffle finishes him off. Probably a good idea not to fire that high explosive round, even coming from a gun as big as this, was never going to do anything to the front of an IS-7. Now Dave wants to finish off this 140, but oh, there's the 1390. Who needs his light tank driver's license revoked? Has Dave just allowed to aim for an eternity, even though the reticle didn't look any smaller to us looking in sniper mode, but 1390 didn't even look his way, and Dave had been spotted. 6 cents went off. But that's Dave's third kill, and Dave certainly isn't complaining. Now there's a Type 4 heavy menacing our base, but it doesn't look like Dave has any shots on him. By some miracle, our M103 is still alive. The enemy has complete control of this middle abbey, but they haven't been able to exploit any of it because it looks like most of the players from both teams went down the 1-2 line. Oh, there's a 140. We're not going to pen his side, but we can set him on fire and he burns to death. 4 kills for Dave now. Oh, that was funny. Watching big tanks burn because they don't have our repair kit. Like the T95, look at the T95. Just lost, 1,400 hit points thanks to a shot and fire combination. And Dave is still on full hit points, so he can afford to move up. There is an object 140 and a 1390, there they are. And Dave takes hit from the 1390, elects to go for the 140. Takes his shot to the tracks in the 140 and is unable to finish off the 140. 1390 now pouring fire in him with his auto loader. Dave's down to under half health. Oh, took another hit. This is not good. He's a potential one-shot for this object 140. Dave lost a lot of health there. I'm wondering if he wouldn't have been better served taking out the 1390. But the I-7 is able to take out the enemy object 140, and now it's just Dave and this 1390 here. Scored a 12-5. We've got this one in the bag, even without the help of our Type 61, who has turned blue and been banned. And Dave's a 2-shot for this 1390, but the 1390 is only a 1-shot for Dave. There's 5 kills for Dave in his 1390. And he gets some more damage. There's just a T62A left. Dave's almost reloaded, and the T62A is going to have to cross a whole bunch of open ground in order to get a shot into the cap. Dave misses. Still tracks the T62A, whose return shot also misses. And now Dave is going to get some nice assisted damage as a Waffenträger 100 and the IS-7 combine to tag team the last enemy. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So Dave, 5 kills in his C49. And we are just getting started. As I mentioned, this is one of 2 replays. But first, before we move on to the second one, let's see how Dave did. So this result screen looks a little bit different from the one you're used to. HAPCDave uploaded this to VBaddict, which is another great website for tracking statistics and other things tanks related. I highly recommend you check it out because there's a lot of interesting numbers on there, because it's able to draw from a wide range of server statistics and draw some conclusions that you won't find in other websites. So really good website. But anyway, back to Dave's game. This was Ace Mastery in the T49. He had 5 kills. He also got a Naden's medal for killing all enemy light tanks in the battle, of which there must be at least 3. He did that when he took out both enemy 1390s and the T49. He hit 7 of his 10 shots, which is pretty impressive for a gun that's as inconsistent as the T49's is. And you got 3,700 damage. And I think a big reason for that was just Dave putting himself in a good position to mitigate the weaknesses of the gun, which is long-range fighting or snapshots, and did his best to stay in close quarters and use cover while he was reloading and shoot distracted enemies and really let the aiming circle settle as much as he could. So props to Dave for playing the C49 in a really good way in a very tier 10 matchup. I don't know if you noticed, but there were about a third of each team were tier 10s, and that's not always a nice thing for a tier 8 light tank. But as I said, Dave handled his C49 admirably and came away with a mastery badge as a result. So great job, Dave. Thank you for this replay. And I promised you guys one more in this video, so we'll go to see what is next on our lineup. So for our second replay, we have Karvelgoff. Here's WZ132. The map is steps. I'll make the map a little bit bigger for you. The map is steps and it is the encounter format. So the WZ132 being the tier 8 Chinese light tank, pretty good camo value and is pretty good camouflage values and a decent gun. Although he was spotted by the T-71 there, but who promptly tries to shoot through a rock? Ooh, do we have shots on this T-71? Yes, we do. And this is kind of weird. Looks like a replay bug there is distorting things, but Karvelgoff, I'm gonna call him Karvel. Has picked up his first bit of damage, using a decent passive spotting bush here. And his gun has 189 millimeters of penetration and 250 average damage. APCR gives a nice pen boost at 244, and he also has some high explosive rounds if he needs to reset cap or shoot at Borsigs. And he just got a whole crap ton of spots here. There's the enemy at 54 lightweight, and Karvel wastes no time in planting one into him. Another shot in the 54 lightweight, and now he's spotted, but he's in hard cover. Oh, takes his first hit from something. Type 64 maybe? Yeah, this has been a pretty campy game so far. Matchmaking is really nice. There's only 3 tier 9s on each team. This is wet dream for tier 8 light tank. Speaking of tier 8 light tanks, cover your eyes. This is what violence to small tanks looks like. But Karvel lost a lot of health in that engagement. He's down to just under half of his hit points. But he's on a kill, and he got some nice damage in on that 54 lightweight. Now, this is poor deployment by Karvel's team. Most of them are in the west, and that is just absolutely no good to the team because the cap, which you need to win, is in the east. And Karvel is spotted. Nearest hard cover is all too far away for Karvel's liking. It's the AMX 1357 GF. Karvel misses his shot. The 1357's coming in for some rough surprise butt sex. Pounding away with its autoloader. And Karvel bounces the last shot and is able to finish off the 1357. He's on 100 hit points. Auto aiming the mod 1. Sorry for the replay bugs, guys. He bounces off the 54 mod 1. He misses the return shot. Plants a shot in the mod 1 and keeps him lit for his allies. Bounces again off the 54 mod 1. This is bad luck he's having shooting at this thing. It's tough, but not so much from the side. Another shot bounces off its upper frontal plates. Enemy don't seem too keen to cap. So another shot into the 54 mod 1 that rolls slightly low, but might reload in time to finish him off here. And he does. There's kill number 3. So a whole mess of enemy tanks. They're all on the cap. But the scores are 11-3 now. It's just a question of how much damage Karvel can do before this game is over. Because it looks like there are plenty of fast tanks on his team to reset this cap, including the Lorraine and the Type 59 and the T-71, who's making a hero run right now. About 50 seconds too early. Threw away a lot of hit points and didn't really do too much. How's Karvel gonna go after this? There's some big guns sitting in that cap. Karvel uses terrain to conceal his approach. He has been proxy spotted though. It looks like no one's really looking his way. Here's the cavalry, the Yag Panthers arriving. T-71's coming around for another go. Karvel nails a Scorpion. He's on 4 kills now. And these two guys are just sitting ducks as now T-49 gets in on the deal. Karl puts another one in T-30. T-30 nails our Jagdpanther. That was an expensive shell. Not really sure what's going on with the aiming reticle here. But now the T-30 is not paying attention to Karl, who sets the T-30 on fire again. He's already used his fire extinguisher, and there's kill number 5 for Karl. Can he get a top gun? No, not quite enough. Looks like he was just half a second too slow there, but nonetheless, great game by Karl, showing some good map awareness. He had some good initial positioning. I don't personally play encounters, so it was nice to see that spot. I'd never really gone there before. So good initial positioning, and good job keeping your gun hot and dealing some damage in this game. When Matchmaker gives you games like these where there aren't a lot of higher tier tanks, it's really nice to see someone play aggressively in their light tank and abuse the really good DPM that this thing gets, instead of just playing a passive scouting role, to take the fight to the enemy, to move around the map, and keep your head on a swivel as you take out your enemies one by one, as Karvelgoff showed here. So let's take a quick look at how he did in this match. So this was a first class mastery for Karvelgoff in his W132. He didn't really get any medals of note, but he did carry the team in terms of damage, and he also had 5 kills, which is nothing to sneeze at. So on to his results. He had just shy of 3,000 damage, and I mentioned 5 kills. And I'm guessing the experience requirements for a ace master in this thing are extraordinarily high, because 1,249 experience wasn't enough to get him his ace master. But if he keeps playing like this, it won't be long before he gets his. He was pretty accurate. He fired 18 times, hit 16, and of those 13 pen. And he was able to keep his tank alive. He got a lucky bounce on the AMX 1357, which allowed him to survive on just 100 hit points. But he did more than just damage in this game. He also did 1,300 assisted damage, and he spotted 5 enemies. So great job to Karvelgoff, switching between the role of damage dealer and scout as the situation required. He also had some defense points, and he was active in moving around the map as he traveled over 2 kilometers on the course of this game. So again, thank you to Karvelgoff for sending this in. I enjoyed watching it a lot. It's not often you get to see these kinds of tanks in battle. I'm not sure why. You handle it like a pro, and from seeing your example, it makes me want to go and get one. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this as much as I do. Let me know what you think in the comments, or leave a like if you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.